Takes a second. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bricking with Friends. Today, obviously, we have. I told myself I was going to stop pointing, and what do? I try to point. And then I do it again. Never mind. Let me put my hands down. Today, obviously, we have my co-host, Lady McBrick, aka Nicole, and very, very super excited, and I fangirled like already so that I would get it out of the way and not like totally embarrass myself. We have Tacos, aka Christine from Lego Masters Season 3. So super excited. Okay, I might fangirl out again. Oh my god. So if you guys didn't know, well, you probably didn't know. Christine and Michelle were my favorite contestants from season 3, and I was so sad when they didn't go all the way. Like, so sad. So, Tacos, do you want to introduce yourself to anybody who probably doesn't know you from Lego Masters?
Hi, I'm Tacos, also known as Christine on the show. I'm part of the Latinos Who Lego. I've been building for maybe like about 8 years. I went to school for architectural engineering, and my background is that what I do by day is that I teach engineering with Lego to kids K to 5. I also do I work with adults, the workshops and stuff like that. But yeah, I get paid to play, so it's pretty sweet. So for me to be on the show, it was everything for me. You know what I mean? I didn't see myself going all the way to the end, because there are some people that have been building since the placenta, since they were inside the belly button, in the belly, they had bricks there, believe it or not, so I wasn't going to compete with that, but it was just an honor to be part of this experience. Traumatizing, but an honor.
Yeah. They have actually, well, not like some of the people that go, and whoever it is that finds the contestants, they've reached out to me on Instagram, and I'm like, ain't no way. Because one, I'm not competitive, so I don't think I would do well just on that. And two, I'm a set builder right now. Like, this is a mock for me. My mountain right here, that's a mock for me. And then I've mod up part of the Shrieking Shack because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Huge Harry Potter.
Just a little, right? Just a little.
Just a little bit of a Harry Potter fan. I don't know that much. I swear, I don't know that much. Even though if you watch my live streams, you would think I don't know that much, because when the camera turns on, my brain goes completely blank. Which is another reason why I keep telling them no.
No, it's just you don't want to embarrass anyone with your knowledge, so you pretend.
There we go. I'm going to go with that for now on. That's what I'm going to do. I need to go with that for now on. Because,
but no one really likes to know us at all. It's like,
this is true.
They don't really prepare you for it. That's basically how it is. You kind of just roll with the punches. So one thing that I don't think anyone has ever talked about, like in all the live streams, in all my talks about, in all my interviews, nobody really tells you a play-by-play of how everything is exactly going to happen. For example, first day we start shooting, I didn't realize that we were going to do like 40 takes. So I was like, just walking in, at first it was just like, all right, after the 17th time, it's not so. So, they're trying to find an authentic, wow factor. And then, I must have tripped probably like a good 40 times. So, just because there are steps that are the same color as the floor and the glaze and the lighting and the, look at here. It's like, oh crap. Okay. So there's that. There's also the fact that once the host starts speaking, all of a sudden he'll start speaking and then he'll just pause. And it's like, okay, what's happening? Okay, he's listening to something in his ear. Oh, okay. Well, do we laugh? Like, what happens next? And then he'll restart again, because they'll tell him, hey, try that again. You know what I mean? And so we're kind of like left awkward hanging. It's like, okay, okay, what do we do with my hands in the meantime? So so if that's just filming with the ones who get paid the big bucks, imagine us pawns that are just there for entertainment. I'm sorry to say it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to degrade, devalue anyone who's contributed to this, awesome show, but it's just that's how Hollywood is.
Yeah. And it seemed like they were focused more on anybody who had any kind of like drama going on. And sometimes it almost seemed like they were trying to create drama.
Oh, so it's a reality show, of course. So their intentions are good. They're not expecting anyone to pull anyone's hair like those daytime shows kind of thing.
Right.
They want to see our authentic, for those that are applying, they want to see your authentic motions with it. I hid a lot of that and I didn't realize that. I realized that I hid a lot of it, but I didn't realize how much editing that they would do. You could be casted as a great person. You could be casted just for that moment, just to get a more wow factor. But in the end, they always want you to find a resolution and doing it in a manner that is presentable and honorable to the show, that is decent enough to play in front of families. So keep that in mind. When I was there, I'm someone that's paranoid by nature. I grew up in New York. You know what I mean? It's a dog eat dog world, which means like you need to look out for yourself because the next person's just gonna try and up one you. So to me, I went in and I kind of went in like it's us versus the cameras. You know what I mean? Versus it should be married in a way that it's for the better. If we're arguing on screen, try not to hide it so much, because you're so busy trying to hide your emotions that it kind of takes away from the build process, because you have a serious challenge in front of you.
Yeah.
So that concentration should be put into the show versus trying to hide your emotions. And me, I hate to admit that I would turn around. I had to control my breathing. I would look into the lights. I would drink my water in order to shield, and not have the cameras on me. Unfortunately, you saw how the emotions got the best of certain people, aka my teammate. But once again, we were exhausted.
Oh yeah.
I
do have a question. So they give you X amount of hours for your challenge, like 12 hours. Are you do they stop you and give you breaks? Like, you're not really building in 12 hours straight. You're built does it take 2 days to film that 12-hour segment?
So your building time is the cameraman's time. So they work in a union. We do not. We are the pawns. So if they take a break, they don't want you to really break. I'm sorry, they don't want you to continue building in case there's a major catastrophe, and then they can't film it. But if you do take a break, that is on your own time. If you have a headache and you go and take a 15-minute break, that's 15 minutes taken away from your build. So you have a day for building and a day for judging, usually. Okay. And sometimes that may overlap into the next day. So you'll have to re-put those clothes on. And, at the end of the day, you take off your costume. Well, technically, all my clothes is mine. Give it to them. They dry clean it and you put it back on. It's always a little bit snugger. So you'll notice, if you pay attention, you'll notice how certain clothes will cinch up a little bit more on certain people because of the dry cleaners.
I don't pay that much attention. When I watch the shows, I'm paying attention to the builds. And I'm trying to see, can I learn a new technique? So I'm paying attention to the builds. I try to ignore, when I watch it, I try to ignore any and all drama and just pay attention to the builds and what people are building, what techniques they're using.
Yeah.
And the storylines that they're coming up with. For me, that's the most entertaining part, because I get annoyed with drama sometimes, even though I do have my guilty pleasure shows that I watch for drama, but I've even stopped watching my guilty pleasure shows for dramas. Like, honestly, I think Lego Masters is like the only reality TV that I watch.
Yeah.
I don't watch very much of anything else. So I'm always paying attention to the builds.
And that's what I encourage everyone, especially for Lego enthusiasts. Yeah, just forget the drama. It is a reality show, to look at the beauty. I'm still, like, once again, it's an honor for me to be on the show, just because the caliber of the building techniques, like, I'm proud of what my team and myself were able to contribute. You know what I mean? We have, between both of us, it's like Captain Planet. You combine whatever, stuff is unbelievable, the stuff that we can come up with. But to be on the same scale as, like, right next to the Canadians, the brothers, like Liam and Emily, like, I never thought I would be on the same playing field as Liam. You know what I mean? He's someone that I kind of looked up to, before. Same thing with like Nick. You know what I mean? I didn't know about the brothers up until casting. And what I saw them perform during casting had me in tears, because I did not think I could match up. But I was able to hold myself against them. So I was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. And your builds, what I really loved about you and Michelle is that you brought in your heritage and your Hispanic heritage. And I just love that, because it was like everything was so personal for you guys and your builds. Like, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name for where the dinosaur build was located, like what it was based off of. And I did take Spanish for a long time, but like I've forgotten it because that was a long time ago. But like everything, the bull riding one, the one that was the bull riding, that was my favorite build overall, because I liked how it had so much motion when it was on the bull. That was my favorite build. And I loved all the colors that were on it. And you guys just really tapped in to like yourselves for every single build.
So with Chabelita, which was based off La Catrina, they wouldn't do it because of, I'm not sure. It was free domain, but they just didn't want to use the Catrina name. Anyways.
Yet they have a brickhead with that name.
From a distance, it can seem beautiful. But as you get up close, that thing was so ugly. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to say this. I'm extremely proud of it, because that was one of the most struggling builds I had. Why? Because they kept on, the judges, he kept on questioning my structural integrity. And I'm like arguing. And I am not arguing. How do you say? I'm non-verbally arguing with my teammate. I could see in her eyes, like, there's just so much questioning. Like, he's like, "Oh, you're an engineer. Oh, you're an engineer. Like, this is what you do." Oh, blah blah blah. So like, there was a lot of tension. So I just wasn't talking that episode. But it was beautiful, because it's kind of like a Degas painting. From a distance, it's very beautiful and it's very colorful, and the movement and it evokes so much emotion. And then you get up close and you're just like, oh my gosh. So I was just really happy with how that one came out, because structurally, it was very light. So yeah, you could definitely have so much freedom with the movement. And I think it played a lot into our favor to go with that skeletal style. But the bricking on that, it's horrible. So people, if y'all are building on the show, just think it's going to be from a distance. They're not going to focus in on the small detail. I was stressing on how ugly it was up close. And I never said that. Well, I may have said it a couple times, like in Spanish, but I had said it so fast with a lot of inappropriate language that it didn't get featured on the camera. So, but yeah, once again, we need to focus. How is it going to look from a distance? And from a distance, she was beautiful.
Oh,
in a creepy way.
I thought she was beautiful. And like the few close-up shots that they did do of her, I still thought she looked cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, a skeletal figure isn't supposed to be like, beautiful necessarily.
Yeah.
So to me, it just looked really cool, and I loved it, and all the motion, like with her arms, and then with their hair, I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
So Miche has a really great color theory, which is a really big advantage when it comes to the show. Because Amy, that's what she loves. You know, the Brickmaster, she just loves color theory. You know, she has the Lego Friends. That's her baby right there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So they're very good on grabbing that attention with that color. So she was able to plan that out. The idea of La Chabelita or La Catrina, that structure, it's a celebration of life. So yeah, it's not supposed to look grim, even though it seems grim, seems morbid, because obviously it's someone that had passed away. But the dress is to celebrate her, to make her beautiful, and you know, a time to really honor her life.
Yes.
So,
I love that. Was my favorite build. Then I would have to say the dino, and then your first build for the spaceship. I really liked your last build.
Yeah.
I really did, personally. But unfortunately, that was when you left, and I was so sad.
Hey, I always say, had I gotten that idea from the beginning, I think we would have made it to the top 3, because I had a lot of ideas for that one. We just, you know, got caught up trying to figure out what it was to build. We did have ideas, but it was they shut down a lot of ideas because it has to be approved. So by the time, you know, she put herself together, you know, I came up with ideas, you know, we only had like about 3 hours, almost 4 hours left.
But
so
you know what? You guys kicked butt building that in that amount of time. It looked amazing for that amount of time that you had to build it, because it was really colorful. I thought it was so cute. If you could just a few more fairies. I was like, they would have gotten like 5 more fairies in there.
The idea was that I was going to build some brick built characters, and we're going to add a moving river, just a little wishing well, water fountain dripping. So that was the idea, but unfortunately we don't have time. So
time was not on your side.
Yeah. So, but once again, going with the big, bold icons, that's, you know, was what we were able to attract from across the room. So while we're building, you know, we're not on a stage, we're building next to everyone else. So, you know, we always had to like run across the room. Can you read what's happening? So that's what I really wanted to focus on, because we had such little time left.
Right.
So
and so, like, when you guys were building, were you guys like checking out other builds at the same time, like with each of the challenges, or did you stay focused on your build?
As you run to the brick pit, you get a glimpse of what others build. If you're confident and you know what you're doing, that's when you have the luxury to actually visit with other people. Emily had that luxury. Nick had that luxury. The freaking brothers had that luxury. I love them. They're just, I love those guys. They are very purposeful with everything they do. Me, I'm a hot mess. Michelle, not so much. Had I gotten myself together, I think we would have done a better job. But I am a freestyle builder. I'm not one who plans. I'm commissioned to display at my local zoo in less than 2 weeks, on the 8th. On the 8th, I'm supposed to have everything done by the 2nd. I have not started building or planning. I just started ordering pieces off of Bricklink. So I'm the kind of person that I build at the last minute. Same thing for my lugs. I don't know. So even for my lug, I literally build the day before and the day of. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not organized when it comes to my stuff. Like when I was modding, so I've been modding the Shrieking Shack, and I've been adding a back onto it. So I bought 2 sets, and I just dumped out like most of the pieces, the bags that were for the building itself. And I just dumped it out, and I kind of sort of organized it. And then I just like took off all the angled pieces on the side. I was like, okay, well, let's see about putting this. Like, I just started doing it. And then like, yeah, that's how I am. I'm just like not organized. And then like I have bins. Let me see. Where are they? Here we go. Like this is my working bin.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty organized. I'm not gonna lie.
See, for me, organized means like this, like all the 2x4s are together. This is the
no, Yuck, don't do that to me.
organized chaos is right here. This is organized chaos. This is completely organized.
That's beautiful. That to me is beautiful. That is organized. That other stuff is what serial killers do. That's what I think. So
that's how like I built like all of it, like my mountain, like it was just out of bins like that. Like, okay, let me just, and I just had all the slopes in there, and then all the little. The hard thing was that I had the little 1x1, like the cheese wedges and the little 1x1 studs and everything. I had all of that in with like the regular size slopes, so it made it hard to find them. But yeah, I build like you. I'm like completely.
Yep.
And then I have to put it all back because I have 4 cats. And even though I try to keep them out of here, like one of my cats, I used to have Gorp's tree up here, and she ran off with part of my tree. And I had to like, I mean, I make it sound like I had to like run really far, but I had to chase her out of the room and into the hallway to get my tree back.
You get a spray bottle? No?
No, we don't. We don't use the spray. Well, we used to use a spray bottle on one cat, and he just ended up looking at us like, "I dare you."
It's cats.
So we just stopped doing it. So yeah. So we do have a question for you from Bricks. Why not? Were you both exhausted physically and mentally after that? I think
after that. So after I went home, I slept about 14 hours straight.
Yep.
It was spiritually, physically, mentally, psychologically, it was taxing.
I can only imagine.
You get used to a routine. I found myself asking for permission to leave the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm making it sound bad. While you're over there, you're in lockdown. Not only are you in lockdown because of COVID, but you have people like BFAB. BFAB, are you in the comments? Snooping around. So you're very limited on information that you can share. Had I ever not escaped. Wow, that's a wrong. You couldn't be like, oh, I'm at Target, at this location. You know what I mean? Like you can't because you have people hunting for information and the leaks. We sign an NDA. We have to respect the NDA. So that's very important to make sure that you follow that contract.
Yeah.
It ruins the mystique for the show. It ruins it for the cast. It makes it awkward. It's just you don't want to deal with lawyers and stuff like that. So it's just.
Yeah. How does it work with the filming and the actual release on TV? Is there a time gap, or because if someone knows that you are on the show and all of a sudden you are back home, that then would mean they know that you are no longer on the show, right?
You're not supposed to share that you're you're not supposed to share that you're going on the show. Yeah. They discouraged you for sharing, all right, I'm taking my airport, I'm traveling to such and such location. They didn't want you to do that. You know what I mean? So, I would just post how I normally posted. People would speculate, people would poke and be like, oh, yeah, oh, interesting, blah, 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 poking the fire, because people, 2 and 2, they put 2 and 2 together, but it just made it for more, not traumatized, dramatic, is entertainment.
So do you stay until the very end of the show?
Nope.
Even if you get eliminated?
No.
You go home and
you're gone. You're gone. Sadly, you're gone.
Okay. Because I didn't know if that would be something where they would be like, well, we don't want them to go too far because blah, 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 or whatever.
So, yeah, with big TV hit shows, they'll keep you like in certain, like a proximity. But for us, reality show, they send you home. Don't kick you. Don't let the door kick you on the way out kind of thing. Let's be honest.
That's so sad for the contestants because I could imagine the smaller the group gets, because you can't talk to others outside. So within the group, you at least can share the experience and the tragedy and the good moments. And the smaller the group gets, if you do not get along with two and you are only 4 or 5 people left in the room, it makes it hard.
Well, you basically go back to normal. You just pretend that you had a getaway, you know. I know for Grandpappy's Carrie, like he just told people he was doing a photo shoot. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah,
he was just doing a big project. So
photographer.
we all had some kind of excuse as to why we weren't around. So luckily, well, me, I had to. I'm someone who's always worked multiple jobs. Before this, I was working at a museum. I also worked at a couple private schools or whatever. I had to quit literally 3 of those jobs just because I could not commit to, you know, staying for the rest of the term. I had to. I knew that filming, the schedule would be spontaneous. So I couldn't be like, all right, I'm going to teach a virtual class at 7 p.m. because I knew it just from certain stories from season 2 that I wasn't going to be able to experience certain things. So I had to quit. But others, so with having to quit certain jobs, I had more freedom with my schedule. So
yeah,
that's what I had to do.
Quit my job. See, my job, I don't think they would even let me. They'd be like, no, you can't be gone for potentially that long and still have your job. Because I know there's Bevins Bricks, like people want him to be on, but he's gone to his job and they're like, yeah, you can't be off for that long.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that it gets harder and harder every season to find more contestants.
Yeah, especially as the world opens up more and more of us are required to go into the office.
Exactly.
During the pandemic, it was a little bit easier, but then there's the scare factor of getting sick.
Getting sick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would totally be me because I did catch it for a while. And like for me, like when I catch something, it seems like it's way worse than it is for like a normal cold for me is worse than it is for like, say, somebody else. And it's just for no reason. But when I got COVID, I think I got one of the bad ones, even though I had all the shots up to that point. And I was praying for death pretty much every day. It was that bad. Because I was just like, oh my God, kill me now. And it took me a long time to even get my energy back up. Yeah. It was so draining. So doing like, when they approached me in season 3, I was like, because they did ask me for season 3, they approached me and I was like, no, not with COVID going around. No. And I didn't say that. I was like, I don't feel that my building skills are up to the standards of what is on the show. Because I watched the show and no. And I'm not big into like, I don't want them to try to create drama around me or anybody that I know. I also didn't know who I would build with if I were to go on, and I still don't know. And it was just like, I'm not a drama person. I'm not a competitive person by nature. I can build fast. Like I've been working on the Hogwarts Icons set, and I've built this I've been building this since 11 today. Yeah. So like, and that's watching 2 live streams and participating in one of the live streams and then watching another live stream. And I was able to build all that. Like, is this like what, 3 bags from the Hogwarts Icon set? So like I can build fast. That's like not a problem. And I'm creative. Yeah. But I'm just like, no.
But being
drama.
Yeah, but being creative and being spontaneously creative, even if I were creative, I guess someone would have to give me a theme. Then I would come back about a month back to them, telling them, "No, I have an idea."
Shoot. A month?
Yeah, I don't know. I need time to sleep on it.
Meditate. Are you any of you part of the Ladies Lego Lounge or anything like that?
I
on
am
Facebook.
Part of the Ladies Lego Lounge on Facebook.
Okay, sometimes they offer challenges. There's LaBob page. There's a lot of pages that offer challenges, and that's actually where I got started, because they were trying to cast me for season 2. It didn't work out, but since it didn't work out after season 2, then I dedicated myself to doing just online challenges, and
Yeah.
I would do these challenges, and they were all submitted anonymously. They would vote, and you can kind of gauge everything a little bit better
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So I highly, it helps you. Well, you get a little bit more time. Obviously, it's not like the show where you get like,
X amount.
15 hours or something like that, and limited,
Like a week or something like that.
but something even here on Instagram and we're not on Instagram,
Yeah.
on YouTube, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that post challenges. I actually think they're a great idea. I haven't been participating in anything right now because my schedule has been a little funky, but something definitely to recommend. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not something that's forced. People are very encouraging, but it's just something to
Yeah.
Get your
Definitely.
heads into it, get your brain going and thinking
Right.
about different things.
With my students on the between sessions, like between my spring break and summer break, we have some time off. I gave the kids a list of things and be like, all right, cut this strip of piece of paper off, put it in a bowl. You and your family, pick out one of the themes a week and just build with what you have. You know what I mean? It's just something to encourage that creativity. I find that creativity is very much like math. It's very much like a muscle. If you don't use it, it atrophies. So, just maintaining yourself in a creative, motion,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
So,
I've found that too, because I've always been creative. Like I've always been into art kind of stuff. Like I used to make handmade cards. I don't do it anymore, but like I used to do that. And for a long time, for a while, I was doing my own nails. I probably would mess up my nails if I tried to do my nails, because I probably haven't done them in like a year. But like I used to do my own nails. And when I first started my channel, I did do some mock challenges with another YouTuber, and we would just agree on one set, and it was usually a creator 3-in-1, and let's see what we can build out of that. Like make something out of that and just use that, and you could use your sig fig or like one minifigure or something like that. And so we did that a couple of times. And I impressed myself because I was still very new into Lego, because I got into Lego like literally the week before everything shut down was when I bought my first set, like legit.
Right.
And like I impressed myself with what I had come up with, because one was like the little Mindstorms like gift with purchase that came out. One was from that, and then another one was using that one and the 12-in-1 set together, and then one was just using just the 12-in-1 set. And like I actually built like a vehicle-ish, modern vehicle. There we go, futuristic vehicle out of the Mindstorms one. And I was like, holy crap! I just like built a car kind of thingy here, and this is really cool. Like I could do that.
Right.
One thing I really want to get into is the power-up functions. I haven't made anything with those yet. I'm legit a little scared.
Yeah.
But I have an idea for a build for my city, because this is supposed to be a city, even though it doesn't look like it. But I have an idea for a build for my city, and one of the key components is that something's going to be spinning in my city. And it's like, okay, I need to build some sets that have power functions in them, just so I can see how it works. And then I can sit down and figure out how I'm going to get this one thing to work in my city where I can do it. So, but I'm a long way off from that. So
there is a there is a classic set that teaches you how to use gears. Well, they're more like webs, like splat. I don't even know what the heck to call them.
Yeah.
Do I have anything? Something similar to these, so for those that, power-ups, they can be expensive.
They can be.
So you could always first start off with building that motion without actually motorizing it. So, something to think about in case you get too intimidated or you get overwhelmed. Sometimes those power-up functions aren't always so reliable.
Yes.
So
yeah,
as long as you have that, understanding the mechanics behind how that movement works,
That's why I want to build a couple of sets that have the power functions in it already. Because
Yeah.
I have, what do I have that has it? I have the Disney train.
Mhm.
So I know that has it. So if I can just see that, because I also want to motorize the Hogwarts Express train. So I need to I need to build the Disney train. Well, no, I'm probably going to motorize the Hogwarts train before I build the Disney train, because the Disney section of my city would be over here, and that's clearly not ready to be anything remotely like city. So yeah, but I always
There's
have.
definitely a lot to learn about it, because I a couple of years ago I built one of the little 3-in-1 carousels, and I wanted to motorize it. The only problem is that I overpowered it. So bravely, I put minifigures in it, and it started spinning right away. And I thought, my poor minifigures kept flying. Okay,
It just goes flying off.
They got more than they paid for. That's
right.
what.
Now you have to build like a little EMT, like little ambulance. Wee wee.
Right.
Yeah.
Get little minifigures on a stretcher. Aw,
Right.
poor guys.
That would be funny though. So, Nicole, are you still working on building your jazz club?
Theoretically, yes. I have the pieces next to me.
Yeah,
That jazz club is so beautiful and so colorful. I love it.
Yeah,
And I can't wait, because I already changed the sign, and I can't wait to see whether the sign now looks better or Lego did a better job at. Because I enlarged the sign. I thought the space between the jazz and the club was a bit too close, so I enlarged it. Probably should have built the building first and then see how it matches in scale. Eh, that's how probably proper builders do it. I do the sign first, and then I match the building to it. That's how architects do it, right?
Proper builders. Everybody's different in how they build, and because I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a hard time. Like, I can focus on one build. Like, I legit did this like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I still have to do the top half because I get sidetracked and I start to do something else. And then, like, I have my side hustles too. So it's like I need to work on that. So then I get distracted and it's like, oh crap, I probably should finish building this. But then I started thinking, oh, well, am I sure that I want to keep it like this, or do I want to hinge it so that like it'll open up like a dollhouse so that you can see the little details inside? Because once I put it together with the top floor, you're not going to be able to see the inside. So that's how my brain works. And it's like 100 miles an hour for like 20 hours a day.
Yeah. But speaking of hinges, we have a master with us. You need to tell me why. It stunned me. I built a tiny Hogwarts castle. And in the beginning, I put it on hinges so that it opens up.
Okay.
Now, you need to tell me why I tried to recreate it. I have a hinge piece on the bottom. I
Okay.
have the hinge piece on the top. It works perfectly.
Yes.
No problem at all. Now I do the very same thing, and I added, because I wanted theoretically the hinge piece on the outside so that I have a clean structure up front.
Yeah.
But it blocks. It doesn't open anymore. But there is absolutely nothing that should block it.
Are you sure you're not overlapping in a specific location, or a block, a brick that's
Yeah.
that's not obstructing?
Yeah, because I left the gap so that it's possible.
Okay.
And it's just when I add the hinge at the top, it works.
I'd have to have that in my hands for me to see
Right.
the screen. I'm doing this on my phone, and I was trying to
Right.
see on the laptop.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right. Yeah. No problem. It's just I will have to meditate over that as well. It's so strange because when you look at it, there is absolutely nothing that blocks it, and the hinge piece in itself shouldn't be the reason for it.
You made sure that the hinge piece is facing the same direction, right?
Yeah, right.
Huh.
It's
That's
so
bizarre.
strange. I can't explain it. You look at it and you see there is nothing blocking it. It should work. And just by removing it to the back one slide without doing anything else to the structure, it works.
Hmm.
It's so strange.
I need it in my hands.
Right.
Just pass it. Just pass it over.
Right? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
you're muted.
I forgot I muted myself for my bag. Thank you. Because I opened up a new bag. Whenever I do anything with a hinge, I keep the piece open like at the angle.
mhm.
And then I put the hinge in. So that
As
way
a-
I know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So I would open it
Good
up
tip.
and see and then put the
Yeah.
hinge in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah. And I now cheated. I offset it at the bottom and now it works again. I have because I wanted really to have the 16 by 16 footprint, and I offset it now by one stud, and now it works again, but it's cheating. I didn't really solve the actual problem. I just found a different solution.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not cheating if it becomes a solution. It's not cheating. That's how.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call it legal. It's okay. We'll call it legal.
Thank you. I always feel bad when I do that because I think to myself, I'm not really solving the actual problem. I just go into the other direction.
It's Lego. It's designed for children. It's designed to you play it with grace. So
Right.
yeah. It's not an Olympic sport unless you're on TV, then
Right.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What would happen if I were on the show and they gave me the theme space, and I decided like, okay, space didn't work out. I went with underwater water world or something like. It's kind of spacey. Would I be disqualified?
They usually you could definitely make an underwater space theme, pretend it's
Right.
like an aquatic planet or something like that.
Yeah.
But they would the only time they take themes away if it's not like free domain.
Mhm.
So they don't want you doing a Mickey Mouse theme,
Right. Yeah.
stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
There are also rules that aren't presented on screen that there are, behind the screen.
Right.
So you have to stay within the qualifications of the size and, stuff like that.
Right.
But if you
Yeah.
want to do an aquatic theme for,
Right.
they may not like it, but, if you want to do you, then you can do you.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, good to know.
yeah, that's basically how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I would get tripped up because I'd be like, okay, how much of this can I make into Harry Potter? Because that would be totally my thinking.
Yeah.
Everything would be Harry Potter inspired or cats.
Well, you had people from season 3 who they built the Millennium Mango, so that was like a Star Wars kind of theme. You just have to be clever on how you disguise certain things.
Mhm.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah. yeah. So I could have technically done some like Super Mario stuff. I would have just called it like Super Hario or something like that, or Barrio.
Yeah.
Just leave out the Mario part.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I think I know for me, I would have been so physically exhausted just from running back and forth to the brick pit. Like that for me, because first of all, I'm not in shape. I would have been exhausted every single day. And I probably would have done the same thing as you when I wasn't on the show anymore. I probably would have gone home and been like asleep for like 14 hours or more.
I'm someone who I am physically active. Like, I teach dance, I take dance classes. I do strength training about 4 to 5 days a week. So it was taxing for me. And I was wearing sneakers with inserts. At one point I had pulled a quad muscle. So they came over, medic came, they slathered me, they gave me some kind of painkiller, they gave me an ice pack and all that. And like, nothing really prepared me for that. I just have to constantly remind myself, hydrate and stretch.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I can't imagine for like Stacy, who was wearing high heels at the beginning. Towards the end, she was wearing more flats, but still
I
flats
noticed
don't
that.
offer much support. So,
Yeah, they don't.
So she found herself like trying to sit on the bench many times. And it's difficult to do that because when there's so much pressure, it's hard to relax your body. So, but you're so exhausted that, you're just leaning, hunching over, which isn't good for your physical health while performing, you're basically a monkey, you're like entertaining the camera and trying to build at the best that you can and communicate at the same time with your teammate. And it's just, holy heck, it is, taxing.
Right.
Oh yeah. And like I noticed that about Stacy. Like she started wearing like high heel shoes, and then suddenly it was flats all the way. I was like, those still be comfortable.
And well, it's something that they have to approve everything you wear, and sometimes if they don't approve anything, then they assign you a look. So I'm sure she had pleaded for flats. Because I remember I had my teammate and myself, I had the largest wardrobe. My teammate had as much of a large wardrobe. And I just remember pleading to not wear certain combinations of what I had. And same thing with like shoes, be like, all right, I can't do these shoes anymore. I can't, even though they're sneakers, I need new inserts, so they try to meet us halfway, but they have an idea for you. And once again, I was comfortable. I can't imagine what she had gone through.
Yeah.
And it was cold at times. and she was like spaghetti straps.
Yeah. She wore dresses like every single episode.
Yeah.
I don't ever think she wore anything besides dresses. Now that I think about it. Like, and they were always like spaghetti strap or strapless.
Yeah. And he was wearing a blazer, something that he never wears, so.
Yeah.
They had an image.
Yeah.
Gotta keep up that image.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I need more clothes on because I'm cold. But I'm like a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. Like, if you see me out and I'm not in jeans and t-shirt, then there's a very good reason. Like, it's gotta be like something special. Otherwise, it is straight jeans and t-shirts. Like, the last time I wore a dress was legit my wedding day. I haven't worn a dress since then. I don't like dresses. I just don't like them. And that was so like, I don't know. They probably wouldn't have too much of a problem with me, even though, all my t-shirts are like themed for like Harry Potter or like some IP. So they probably would have an issue with that. So no, I couldn't be on because all my t-shirts are Harry Potter or some IP. So
they'll figure out a theme. They just try to make you recognizable as a team, so a cohesive team. They also try and make you memorable, so that's they're not trying to make people look there you go.
That's my memorable.
There you go. So if you and your teammate would wear kitty ears, then that would be adorable, by the way.
I don't okay, so my hubby is into Lego, but like, again, I don't think he's a big competitive person. If I were to manage to talk him into it, I don't think I could talk him into cat ears. Don't think that would happen. Even though he's as big of a cat fan. Well, no, he's not, but he loves our cats. He's just not as crazy as I am. I'm crazy cat lady level. It's restraint that I don't have more cats. Because I would totally take more cats in. So he, like, anytime we go out, he's like, please don't let there be any stray cats out there. Please don't let there be any stray cats out there. I know he's legit thinking that because I would take all of the stray cats in.
Oh my gosh.
I'm that That's me. That is
As long as you're not. Have you seen Puss in Boots? I'm assuming you've seen the new Puss in Boots.
I haven't. I don't get to see that. I didn't watch that many movies, ironically.
Well, there is a cat lady in that movie.
Oh God.
You may want to. As long as you don't get to that point.
I'll never get to like any like extreme. Like I'm never going to have. Okay. I'm going to stop myself at 4, but like I could see myself doing 5. Like if I see the stray cat that's like in dire need of help, like that. But 4 is good, especially for our size house. 4 is good. And also, like, for me right now, I do have to think about my oldest cat, baby girl. She actually hates other cats. Like, she does not like other cats. So it took her, when we got Sheldon a year after we got her. And it took her like a year to tolerate him. And then, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. No, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. We got Easton and Penelope, and it took her. Oh, she has finally stopped smacking them. I want to say it took her probably a year and a half.
Is her name Tacos?
No, no.
That would be me as a cat.
No, her name is legit Baby Girl.
Baby girl. Baby girl sounds like she and I have a lot in common.
She doesn't like other cats. She only likes me and my hubby as humans. And if all of our cats, if like a group of people come in our house, like when we host Christmas, they're all gone. They're all gone. But if it's just one person, baby girl is more likely to come out of all of them. But she'll probably more likely to stay hidden unless she recognizes the voice. Like she'll come out for my dad. She doesn't come out for my mom. She will come out for my stepdaughter. That's about it. That's about it. But like Easton, he was borderline feral when we got him. And Penelope is actually his girlfriend. I've decided they were boyfriend and girlfriend when we adopted them. And they just like Easton, since he was borderline feral, he just automatically like if the doorbell rings, boom, gone. Like I've never seen a cat run so fast in my life. And we figured out like he doesn't like shoes. He doesn't like people wearing shoes. And like I always go around in the house barefoot anyway, so that kind of wasn't a big deal. But if I'm in shoes, it's not, he gets a little antsy, but if the hubby is in shoes, he legit runs from him. So I'm like, okay, so something traumatizing unfortunately happened to you that involves a guy with shoes on, which breaks my heart and then makes me so happy that we brought him in. And then the hubby said one time, Easton was sleeping in my hubby's office is in the room that's on the other side of this wall. And he was sleeping in the bed in there and he started hissing while he was sleeping. I was like, oh, poor thing. What the hell? What did these people do to him?
Mm.
Oh, and like anytime I see him like react, I'm like, oh, baby, what happened to you?
Mm.
That's how I am. I'm a sucker for cats, obviously. That's why I had to like have it be part of my brand. And it took me like a year to realize like, why don't I have this as part of my brand? Like, I'm a cat person. I just need to own up to it, have it be part of my brand. And then when I came up with the part of my brand is my builds are 99% Lego and 1% cat hair. Like, I should up that now. I should be a little bit higher on that cat hair part.
Yeah, let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah. Especially with Penelope, because she sheds a lot. And I'm like, oh my God.
Gotta love. Is it just in the springtime that they shed?
So
that's me being generous, right? That's the nice way to put it.
Yeah. Basically, anytime the weather changes here, which seems to be all the time anymore because Mother Nature can't make up her mind here. But like the last time Penelope was, last time she came in on the live stream, by the time she left, I was completely covered in cat hair. I think my shirt had turned a different color. My building area was just, I mean, I think every piece I had laid down while she was here had cat hairs in it. I was like, oh, I need to change my thing. But
Yeah.
I don't like it because I finally got used to saying it.
Yeah, I have a husky, and it's new. And by new, I mean I adopted him during December, and I've never had a husky before. And the shedding is real. I'm someone who wears black. Like I wear colorful stuff, you know.
Mhm.
Well, it's not really colorful, but I wear black pants every day, all the time. And I can't wear black pants anymore because I'm covered in white dog hair.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not as cool looking. You know, it's kind of like a vampire being covered in donut powder. That's basically how I feel. You know what I mean? It's just like, nope, it's just not cool anymore. So,
Yeah, when I was a kid, I did pet sit a husky a couple of times. It was either a husky or a Malamute or something like that. I don't know my dog breeds that well, but like husky is my favorite dog breed because I think they're so beautiful. But I know I can't handle the whole attitude and the yelling and the no. And like one of my friends from my old job, she has a husky too, and she's like, "Man, that dog will not shut up."
They have a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. I once again, I'm someone who's very physically active. Well, he made me more physically active because I run every day with him, 2 miles. So mile in the morning, mile at nighttime. So it's a lot of work. Actually, I actually enjoy. I'm not someone who promotes running because I don't think it's good for your joints. But I like running now. I like because of him. So.
Yeah.
Is it because he forced you to like running?
It's just I don't know. Before I used to run about half a mile a day for my own fitness, but you know, doing it with him, I have more of a purpose now. So before it was like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get to this destination? Now it's like, let's see how fast he can go. So now every time I just yell, yeah, you know, he books it. Like it's fantastic. It's comical actually, because I recently hurt my back and I decided to go running with him. And I'm like, why am I doing I'm hurting my back. I can't be doing this. Like pull back. But I can't help see him get excited, you know, anticipate that, you know, that warrior cry.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the one that I would pet sit. He was very hyper, and I was not prepared for the hyperness because again, I had all cats. The people that they knew me because they live catty corner to my house. They knew I'm only used to cats. Man. And they wanted me to put him in a cage every night. I was like, I'm not putting him in a cage every night. Are you crazy? No, I needed to put him in a cage every night. I learned my lesson real quick. But he was so hyperactive, but he was also so, like, I just think all huskies are just so beautiful. And if I were to get a dog, that would be the dog that I would get. And then I would regret it when all the hyperactivity started coming out. But then maybe I would get in shape. So, you know.
Can't tell you how many people have returned huskies, unfortunately, because of that. They get so entranced by their icy blue eyes and the contrast of the white and black. You just have to have space and you need to carve out time for them to unleash. So they get the zoomies like every other animal times 10. And my dog is actually very quiet. So he only speaks when he has to go to the bathroom. But I hear, you know, he's still very young. So he's not even a year old. So I hear that may come, you know, at the 4 or 5 year mark. So I'm looking forward to arguing with him. I already argue with him already as it is. So I look forward to having, you know, him challenge me.
Yeah. Yeah. And like with me, like, so most of my cats are they're pretty quiet for the most part. The only time baby girl talks is if she wants attention. And basically she's just demanding her attention. Like, you will give me attention. And then Penelope, she's like really soft voiced. So it's just like this little me, me. And that's it. That's all you hear. And sometimes you can't even hear her. But that's, and like Easton, he if he's carrying, he'll carry like one of his little toys around and he'll carry it in his mouth and and he's got a high pitched voice. Like, I was not expecting, like, baby girl is very high pitched and he's higher pitched than her. And I was not expecting that. The first time we heard him meow, we were like, holy crap, did somebody like kick you in the balls or something before you because whoa. It's so high pitched and just took me off guard. I was like, wait, okay. He's very quiet. Like, he's very polite too, which I think is the oddest thing. Like, he's super polite. Like, and he's done it a couple of times during the live stream, but while I'm working, if he wants attention, he'll just reach up and just go like this to my arm.
Mm.
And he's just super polite. And I'm like, why can't all the cats who want attention just like, reach up and just go like this? Then I realized, oh yeah, he's the only one who can reach that because he's really tall. And he's really big. So like, and baby girl is like the complete opposite. She's really tiny. So like when she tries to reach up, like her bottom paw will be like on the chair. Sheldon can reach his paws all the way up onto the top, like onto my armrest, where baby girl can only reach the seat. So he can automatically reach like my arms and stuff. But I'm just, yeah, how much noise they make and like the difference in their personalities. It's like, I love it because you just never know what you're going to get when you go and adopt a cat. You just never.
Funny enough, I did go to a pet store recently so I could get a small bag of dog food, and they had Adopt a Kitten Day, and it was just funny to hear all the names that they gave all these cats, and a lot of them were like Latin names. They're like Guillermo, Juan Pablo, and I was like, what is this? It's you have an organization that names them according to the people's personalities. I remember back then when I had adopted a bird, it was in a trio of martini, mojito, and what was it? It was another fancy drink. It wasn't margarita, but it's just so. This one had like 7 cats, and they all had like Latin names, and I'm like, what is this? It's just so random. Yes, so that was actually yesterday. I thought that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, so I adopted baby girl. She had a different name when I adopted her, but I don't say what it is because I use it for passwords now. So baby girl and Easton and Penelope all came from the same no-kill shelter, just 10 years apart, basically. And I actually volunteered there, which is how I knew about baby girl and how I got baby girl. And when they rescue any cats, or if they rescue any little kittens or anything, they'll have like the litter will be named after like Scooby-Doo characters, or they'll be named after food or something that was related to close to where they were found, and I'm just like, okay. Sheldon, he was my husband's coworker had found him underneath his house, and he had 2 other brothers. I really wanted to take all of them, but I couldn't. I would have gotten into a lot of trouble. And Big Bang was really popular then, and we still are Big Bang fans. And so we named him after Sheldon Cooper. So his name is Sheldon Cooper, and my last name.
Yeah.
So
I figured you don't get many Sheldons. So.
Yeah,
right.
Well, it was funny though when we first started taking him to the vet, or the first time that we took him to the vet assistant was saying Shelton, and I'm like, no, Sheldon. Like the TV show Big Bang. His name is Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon Cooper. Yeah, come on.
Get it together.
Yeah. Like, I picked it because it was easy to pronounce. It was my favorite character. Ironically enough, he has no OCD like Sheldon, because we
Thank
thought
goodness.
he was going to have like OCD or like not like changes or stuff like that. And he kind of doesn't like changes, but for the most part, he is nothing like the character at all. And I'm like, well, crap. I guess we kind of messed up on that.
I don't know. It's pretty high maintenance to have a character like that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, see, if we could have, we should have named baby girl Sheldon, because she's high maintenance. She is very demanding, very high maintenance. But it is what it is, and it would have been weird to have a girl cat named Sheldon. So, so what are you working on, Tacos?
So I had purchased a small Disney princess haul. I'm not one who collects Disney. I've never been a princess girl. But I teach a lot of STEM classes, and I teach a lot of STEM classes to girls. And they tend to gravitate to the mini dolls, like in Friends, Disney, what characters. So I scored a small haul, and I'm just basically sorting all the pieces. I'm going to be, just separating it and just contributing it towards my Lego kit. I'm also going to be doing a small little Disney camp at one of my local libraries. So, so I figured I'd use a lot of these characters towards that. So, and then probably gift it away to the kids afterwards. But yeah, just sorting that out right now. So you know how it is. You never stop sorting. You never stop sorting.
Yeah, no, you don't. Because like I like to buy like the those classic sets when I find them on sale, and I'll buy like 6 of them, and then I'll start parting it out and like sorting it out. And I still have this bin from like 2 years ago that I still haven't sorted out.
So what I do is that I grab literally just a small cup, and I make sure that I sort that cup every day. Just scoop it up, and it never ends. It never ends, but it's a cup less. That's how I do it as.
Right.
Yeah,
so.
I should do that. Because I take all of the little extra pieces from the sets and I put them in here, and then I wait until it like gets filled up, and then I sort this out.
Yeah.
But I also don't have little containers for all of it. So like I just sort out the pieces that I definitely have containers for. Yeah. So BFab has a question for you. He wants to know what your opinion is on cats, because every time he comes in here, apparently the convo is about cats.
I've only had one cat. And I had that. Oh, I like cats. I will pet a freaking alligator. I will pet a kangaroo as long as it doesn't kick me. I love all animals. I love insects. I don't care for anything more than 8 legs. So like a centipede, millipede. No. Get that away from me. That's alien. But me, no, I'll adopt. I will take care of any. I'll take care of a freaking roach. Legit. As gross as it may seem, I've seen too many movies where animals are given voices. So I tend to, what do you call that? When you humanize. I tend to humanize a lot of animals. Like all my plants have names. So, I mean, you don't hear me talking to them often.
I picked up on that one. Oh, my cats. I have conversations with my cats. I'm not gonna lie. I have conversations with my cats. Each of my cats have a different voice because I act like they're talking back to me, because I am legit that crazy cat lady. I just don't have to have 10 cats. And like Easton came from a hoarding situation, so I don't want to traumatize him with
So go from one hoarding situation to another.
Yeah, right. I don't want him to do that and deal with that. And my mom is a hoarder. My dad, not so much, but my mom is a hoarder. So I get where he's coming from. Like, he probably doesn't want to be around too much crap laying around, so to speak. So like I try to keep everything cleaned up as much as possible. That's why I like some things I'm like kind of OCD about.
Yeah.
Just to try to get things cleaned up. Roaches are only gross when they appear unexpectedly. No, I don't like roaches at all.
Yeah, no. I was being sarcastic about that, but there is a movie called Joe's Apartment. It's like crass, just for those, so not for kids. But yeah, it's a dude who lives in an apartment full of roaches, and they all talk. And I guess I don't remember. I just remember I think they were giving him some romantic love advice, like so. It's a comedy, a sick,
It would have to be a
dirty comedy. So, but like I said, I will pet a freaking alligator as long as it doesn't bite and eat me. So,
I mean, I legit would probably pet a cheetah or a lion as long as it didn't attack me.
No.
But like I do have I hate spiders. I hate snakes. Oh, snakes are the worst for me. If you want me out of a room real quick, you show me a snake, I'm gone. And
I'm here for it.
Burn the building down.
I'm here for it.
I hate snakes so bad. Like one time before the hubby and I got married, we were at the little pet store that's kind of nearby us. And somebody came in with like a little garden snake that they just wanted to like see if they would take, like if the store would take it in. They had 2 checkout counters. We were at one checkout counter. They were on the other side. I saw that it was probably a little over a foot long. I was behind my husband so fast, like, nope. Can I get out of here now, please? I'm about to leave.
Most animals are more afraid of you than you are of them. Remember, they're not out there being like, oh, that girl with the kitty ears. Oh, yeah, she looks good.
And I know that. I know that in my head, but
No. If you get close to it, then it's going to be like, oh, what's up? You want to throw hands? Even though, it's a snake. Right. It can't throw hands. But, just remember, as long as you don't invade its space, Well,
and another time we were on a walking trail at a park that we like to go to. And this much bigger snake, it was pretty freaking long. I don't know how long it was, but it was long enough. For me, 2 inches is long enough on a snake and I'm gone. But this big snake came out and I about lost it. It was on the walking path and people were stopping and they were like, oh my God, how beautiful. I was like, bye. I never moved so fast. And it was uphill. My lazy fat ass don't need to be running up a hill. I was gone.
She was like, out of here. Deuces. Deuces. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's another way for me to get in shape. You put a snake around me, I'll run. I will legit run. I just need to stop being lazy. That's what I need to do. And
that's fantastic.
So Trevor Videos is saying congratulations on achieving 503 subscribers. Keep going. I realize it's not easy, but also realize that we are all here supporting you. Yes, I did hit 503, but I wasn't really celebrating it because my subscriber count tends to go like this.
So they do that in the YouTube world? Because I know that's how the Instagram world is.
Oh, YouTube world, it goes up and down.
Huh. Now, how long, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been doing the YouTube channel?
This YouTube channel, I started in late 2019.
Wow.
No, late 2020. It was late 2020. I want to say it was in August. August seems to be a big month for me, apparently. Yeah, it was in August of 2020 was when I started it. And yeah, I've been going ever since then.
Yeah.
But it tends to like go up and down. Like I actually hit 500 subscribers 2 streams ago. Yeah, two live streams ago. And then I was right at 500. And then by Wednesday, it had gone down to 495. And I was just like, oh. But like, I guess if people don't log into YouTube for a while, then they take that subscriber away from you or something like that. I don't know. That's what Carrie Brickapix was saying. So I was just like, so my whole thing was, okay, I'm going to wait until it's like 510. So it's like double digits over 500 before I like celebrate or like do anything. So yeah, but it does. It goes like this. I'm just like, okay, well,
Nice. Do you stream on any other platforms, or do you stick mostly with YouTube?
I stick with YouTube because it is familiar and I somewhat know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Have you tried any other platforms? Because I tried Twitch and I tried TikTok, and there are things with like badges and like these giant emojis, and it is like a casino. It's a little overwhelming.
I like the simplicity of this. I don't need anything to be overwhelming.
You don't want people purchasing badges while you have to dance?
No. First of all, you won't see me dancing anytime soon. But I just like the simplicity of YouTube, and like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with TikTok, and like, is it going to get banned? Is it not going to get banned? Like, I'm not going to deal with all of that. I just like simplicity. I need to keep things simple for me and just my brain, because I don't need drama. I don't need anything like where I got to think about stuff. I just like simple and just keep it simple, stupid.
But think about this. You get on Twitch and they ask you to, they pay for badges for you to dance. This would be an opportunity for you to dance with the cats.
Right.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Do you want to see what happens when I try to get a cat to dance? I can go grab somebody.
I can just picture.
I'm sure I can go grab somebody. The look on their faces. Let's see. Who did I have dance yesterday just for my own amusement? I had Penelope up, and I was just like doing like this just for my own amusement. Man, if looks could kill, I would have been a pile of ashes.
I'm baby girl. Don't forget, I'm baby girl. So I'm like there.
Oh, he just looks at me like, are you doing to me? Put me down? And like, because she's so small, she's very hard to hold on to. She can wiggle out of things very easily.
She's agile.
And she just starts wiggling, and you're just like, and you're trying to keep the hind paws away from you so you don't get like scratched up on your face and stuff. Yeah.
That's funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying that it's funny.
Oh no.
But I know how their personalities are, so
it is funny. It is funny. Like I do it. I'll do it to her to annoy her a little bit. Like if she's getting on my nerves, I'll be like, well, okay, if you're going to get on my nerves, then I'm going to get on your nerves, and I'm going to make you dance for a little bit. And it's like, okay. So the thing that I do with baby girl is Jazzy Cat, and I'll just be like, Jazzy Cat, I'm a little Jazzy Cat. And she just, oh my God, the look on her face. Yeah.
Yep.
She's got a little attitude. She's a little Miss Attitude.
Yeah.
But she's hilarious. But now she's getting a little, like, she's over 10 years old. So I'm like, gotta be a little bit more careful with her. And because she is so small, it's like, I'm going to be a lot more careful with her, because I think she is starting to lose a little bit of her balance, just a little bit. Because I've seen her like topple over a little bit for stuff that she normally wouldn't topple over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my poor little baby. So now I take it easy with her on that stuff. So it's like, I have to find somebody else to do that with. So that's where Penelope came into play the other day. Yeah, and then I got an nasty look from her, and I'm like, oh, well, I need somebody to do this with. Like, who am I going to do? I'm not going to torture Sheldon, and I'm definitely not going to do it with Easton. Like, he was already borderline feral when we got him. I'm not going to do that to him. He'll never come near me again. I was hoping somebody would come in here today, but nobody's come in. They came in at the end of Penelope came in at the end of Brick Hive's live stream. Mm-hmm. But she, like, as soon as she realized I was going to pick her up and put her up here, she was like, oh, nope.
So, like, I know what you're doing, human.
Yeah.
I am not a toy.
You cannot do this to me. Yes, I can. Watch me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my cats are, yeah. They've learned. They know. They know. And I think they can tell, like, I think I must get like a look in my eye, like, time to do something with the cats, because they'll just like disappear. You can't find them anywhere, or they're scattered.
You release some kind of pheromone. It's kind of like,
or if they see me go after one and they know I'm going to do, they're like all disappear. I'm like, oh crap. Okay, maybe I need to calm down a little bit, or just wait like a day or two. Even though it takes longer than a day or two for them to like forget. I have noticed that.
the pheromone stays with you.
Apparently. I think the memory stays with them.
Oh
the
my
trauma
gosh.
from whatever it is I did or what they think I want to do. Not that my cats are abused. They are loved and adored. Because actually I'm starting a new I'm going to see how it goes. I'm starting a new little series on my channel for shorts, filming with cats. Because
with Lego and cat?
Well, when I'm trying to film like a haul video, like my most recent haul video that's going to post tomorrow, that's scheduled to post tomorrow, it legit took me over 20 minutes and God knows how many takes just to do the little intro for the haul part, because baby girl was being very demanding and she kept walking in. So it's just like cat bloopers of like her walking in, walking away, not paying attention, yelling at me. So we'll see how that goes for a new little series on YouTube. Just doing like little shorts, 30 seconds of cats interrupting. Actually, not cats. Baby girl interrupting while I'm trying to film something.
Yeah. Well, YouTube Shorts, that's a thing now. So.
Yep. I did them before and I did pretty well with them. And I do them for the advent calendars. I'll show off each of the builds every day for the advent calendars as a YouTube short.
Yeah.
But other than that, I usually don't do YouTube shorts. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of, I mean, it's while I'm filming and it's while I'm filming Lego. And, people that are subscribed to my channel, they know I'm cat crazy. So we'll just see how it goes.
They're pushing for it according to, certain people. So
yeah. And like I figured because it's a short time frame, I'm only doing 30 seconds, I could post them as Instagram Reels and I could post them on TikTok. And they decide to take our TikTok away or whatever they decide to do with that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's getting too crazy. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. So yeah.
If it gets taken away, we know the powers of be, you know what I mean, how strong they are.
Yeah.
So that's the reality of everything.
Yeah.
We could pretend or we can think we're so mighty with our voices, but if something as simple as that, can be taken away, imagine something else. So
oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Ooh. My gosh, the sorting never ends. Oh,
it never ends. It never stops.
But it's a brilliant idea that you take a cup and sort it every day, because a couple of half a year ago I moved and I made a cut in my Lego collection. So some went on display again, some are in zipper bags because I had most of it to disassemble. And I decided that everything that I don't want to put on display or rebuild at some point in the future, those bricks and pieces go into my loose bricks collection. So I have boxes and boxes of loose bricks that need sorting. And it's so daunting when there is a cup. You can do it. It's just on the table. It's easily done in half an hour.
Yeah, you could do it while you're live streaming, watching TV, anything. So
right. Yeah. But with these moving boxes, you work there on them for hours and days, and you look at it and think to yourself, I have not even made a dent in it. It's
yeah. As long as you're not as long as you make it a purpose to sort and not so much take a, like, I would say a lot of people are like, oh, if they don't feel like they're building a set or mocking, that they don't feel productive, or that they're part of the community, or that they're part of,
Yeah.
you know, or a true AFL, and they need to kind of escape from that, you know, pull away, even reorganizing the Lego, you know,
Right.
it's still using your creativity juices. Sorting,
Right.
surprisingly, can be partly creative. You can learn how to stack, as long as, you know, you're not mocking for real, you know,
Right.
you're still working with Lego. So
Right. Exactly.
And I actually find the sorting to be relaxing for me. It can be very relaxing for me. So like Nicole's issue with all those things that need to be sorted, I'd be like, okay, give me a plane ticket to Germany, let me sort. I'll sort away.
Yeah.
And I would.
Yeah.
And I would be perfectly happy. I'd be like, just provide me some food and some water and go. Maybe some TV.
It's kind of like back in the day when we would have our friends, oh, help me paint, and then we could pay them with like pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, can you help me sort? I'll feed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like sorting, even though I have this thing from like, you know, it's 2 years old. I've sorted a bunch of other stuff, but I like to sort.
Yeah.
But then I do get tired of it, and then I stop for a little bit. But when I get into that sorting mood, like I love sorting when I'm in that sorting mood. That's what I would say. That's how it is for me.
Right.
I just need to get back into that sorting mood. Well, the problem is I need more containers.
Containers? You put because I have drawers.
Well, so I have the 12 by 12 Sterilite drawers that are like the 3 tall, but then I have little plastic containers inside of each of those.
Oh, okay.
Depending on what it is. So like for the little small pieces like this stuff, I use the little ones that are like 3 by 3 or 2 by 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's whatever size it is. So I use those. So I have like drawers of like the little small containers, and then I have containers that are 6 by 6 and then 6 by 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's 3 by 3. Yeah, it's got to be 3 by 3 because I can fit 12 in a thing. Well, whatever. I don't know. Too much math.
Yeah. Okay.
And I used to be really good at math, but anyway. So yeah, that's how I organize. The only thing that I don't have like the little containers for is like the bricks themselves, like 2 by 2 bricks, 1 by 2 bricks.
Yeah.
Those, anything basically 1 by 2 and up.
Yeah.
They don't go into a little plastic container inside.
Yeah.
Unless I don't have that many. It's like 1 by 8. That has it, but like it's in a 2 by 6 or something like that.
Okay.
So I keep it easy. Someday I'll do a video on it. Someday. I mean, I finally did one for how I organize my manuals. It's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, right.
I have a big list.
The never-ending list.
Oh yeah. And I'm not smart enough to write it down. That's the funny thing.
But
I should write
something so beautiful to write it in.
They say if you write it down, that's when you retain it. That's when it makes the biggest change.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, okay, so I'm gonna plug while we're talking about that. I'm gonna plug my notebooks, my little side hustle. So I create graph paper notebooks and other books that you can buy on Amazon. They're really cute. There's all different kinds, like kitten, giraffe,
that's adorable,
dogs, cute little beagle dog. But they're great if you're in school still. They're great for math class, or they're good for Lego builds and planning out your Lego builds or your Lego city or something.
You designed these? You designed these?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute. I love the little glasses on everything.
And they're sold on Amazon. The link is in the description box. Yeah, that's what that thing's called. See, my brain is starting to go. But I also I'm working on family recipe journals, and I have recipe journals for like Halloween and Christmas. I have coloring books also, but they're both seasonal. I have a Halloween, a Christmas, and a Valentine coloring book. So fun things. And I do plan on having a plastic building block graph paper notebook that's not Lego. Yeah. Being
What
very
do they say
learning
in
on
the
that.
movie?
Huh?
Don't they say any resemblance with people you know is purely coincidental?
Yeah,
Something
it's
like that, isn't it?
totally coincidental. Yeah.
Just call
Yeah.
it brick. You
Yeah.
know, that's
I'm
yeah.
just gonna call it like plastic, not even plastic brick, like building block, something like that. I don't even know. Something like that.
Hmm.
And
Oh, you could call it. What is it that you've seen the Lego movie
oh yeah, I
with
have
Will
a
Ferrell?
long time.
He calls it. Will Ferrell. He calls it intellectual building system. What is it? Is anyone in the chat like watch that? Of
It's
course,
been
it's a
so long since I've watched it.
sophisticated interlocking system.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I just gotta come up with something generic and just keep with the generic and make sure that I don't use the keyword Lego.
Yeah.
Use that. As long as I avoid that, I'll be good.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like the
Technically, you could get away with the word Legos.
ooh. I might
Would you
have,
be? Yeah.
might
Would you
have to
be
double check
allowed?
just to make sure they didn't come up with copywriting that one.
Yeah.
No,
But what?
Legos is not
Right.
copyrighted.
Yeah.
Mother of God. Oh, wait.
I know. I'm about to get canceled by everyone. For the record, I am not a purist. So if you got a problem with me, come at me. I'm ready. I don't get paid by Lego, so
Exactly. If you don't get paid by Lego, like it doesn't matter.
I have sold my soul to play with Lego at this point. You know what I mean?
You kind of signed away your life and your soul just to be on the show.
Basically.
Just to be on the show.
Yep. So I'm not wearing my Lego taco brooch, but like, I went in with every interview I did, I wore it because it's my brand, it's my nickname. You know, I was supposed to go on as tacos on the show, and then the last minute they revoked it. I was like, I can't say anything. I did question me like, hey, what happened? They're like, oh, we don't know. We never heard that your name was Tacos. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's only like 40 like Zoom interviews. Anyways, but yeah, they were like, oh, did you design that? And I'm like, yeah, it's the brand. It's my Powered by Tacos Lego STEM class brand, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, can you sign something for it to be on TV? And I'm like, yeah. So who knows what the hell I signed for that? You know what I mean? So
Basically, your life, your future children.
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is that I'm officially in contract with them for a year, but who knows what happens after that. So
the contract is for a whole year.
Full year. So that's
Wow.
I have to make sure that I stay quiet and not stay quiet. That sounds I have to respect the contract for a full year. Not that I'm gonna go out there and start like shaving my head or anything like that, you know. But you know.
Right. Yeah, I know, like I've heard for other shows it's like even worse. Like I heard for Drag Race, their contracts are insane. Like the contestants, they pay them diddly squat, like diddly squat of diddly squat. And they have to provide like everything you could imagine. They have
Is
to
this with
provide
RuPaul? That show?
Yeah,
wow.
with RuPaul's Drag Race. And they're contracted not only with like that, but like RuPaul's entertainment company that he owns. Like you have to show up for these things, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff, and you don't get paid for a bunch of it, or you get paid diddly squat for it compared to like what a normal like appearance fee would be. Like you get paid like maybe 10% of that.
Wow.
And then you have to make yourself available for like the all-star seasons, you have to be available for those if they want you back.
Well, most likely they want to, because
it almost makes it sound like they can't even say no.
Mm.
And like
But-
you have to be available for things too. And I'm like, say what?
Yeah. It depends on how much you can make out of it for your own merch as well. Because sometimes partnerships can be mutual beneficial. Like, okay, I'm on TV. Now I can, first I'm on TV and they have me. Then I can take this to my own branding.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a give and take. You know, you get sponsored, you know, even though you're under contract, not that they probably won't be able to work for any other brands or anything like that, but still it's respecting that contract. We'll still give them other opportunities. They just have to be savvy on the way opportunities are presented, or they have to search for their opportunities and stuff like that. It's a platform. Once again, being on the show is a platform for who knows what are their stepping stone, you know?
Yeah, right.
And like, I think like, well, and they are like really strict about like working for other brands or taking offers from other brands on their contract. It's really super strict.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, so I don't watch the show religiously, but I'm a big fan of Trixie Mattel. And she's like probably the most famous, in my opinion, the most famous drag star from RuPaul's Drag Race. Like I feel like she's escalated herself. Is that the right word? I guess. I don't know. For like a lot more than other drag queens have. No offense to any of the other drag queens. And like Jinx Monsoon, like she was on Drag Race too. But I think a lot, like some people, they haven't figured out how to get around everything. But like Trixie could figure it out, and she's worth like millions now. Like she's worth so much compared to the other drag stars.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, she know what she doing.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to get?
Yeah. People sometimes they get roped into a show and they have no idea what to expect and don't have like a vision. And like people like for Lego Masters, there's some people that just love the hobby for the sake of the hobby. And then there's some people, you know, who have businesses, you know, and how it can definitely help them. Then there's others that they find a new purpose.
Talk about your business on there. And it's like, well, how can it help them if they can't even talk about their business, even though it's related to Lego?
That's absolutely true, because they want the show to be the main focus. So with me, you know, you constantly have to just self promote, and then using the show as a platform to just share your stuff. You know what I mean? It's the exposure, the networking. It's tiring stuff. It really is tiring stuff.
It is.
So,
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine. Wait, what? Classic confused Elizabeth here for a second. I mean, FabBlondie. That wasn't my name you just heard. Not at all.
So I know you're into Harry Potter.
Yes.
But we just got this new Rivendell set. They're not similar builds. They're not similar stories at all. But what is your take on the Rivendell set? It's something that's unlike anything that we've really had, because it's just so beautiful in a way. Do you think if you were to ever have that, would you incorporate it somehow with your Harry Potter theme? Or if well, I know you're working on the jazz club. I'm not sure if you have like a Lego City. I see the roller coaster in the background. Like, do you think you ladies would incorporate that with something that you have already, you know, in your cities or builds, mocks, or?
Oh, I probably would.
Yeah.
I probably would. I'm actually a big Lord of the Rings fan. I love Lord of the Rings. Like, I almost squealed when I saw the set kind of a thing. And I don't squeal for a lot of sets, even though that seems to be happening a lot this year. So, like, I plan on getting that set. Whether I get it, usually, so here's how I get the bigger sets. This is how I do it. I don't pay for any of them. I ask for like Christmas presents from
That's the
people in my
second-
family who can afford to buy them for me as Christmas presents.
Wow, do you tell them, be like, all right, you contribute $25, you contribute $25? Is that what you do? Like, how do you
No.
how
I just
share us with, please
I
embark.
my Christmas wish list, and I put certain sets on one person's list. Like for the hubby, I put certain sets on his list, and then for my dad, I put certain big dollar sets on his list, and that's how I do it, and
Wow.
that's how I get my big sets. I think. So I have that roller coaster set that Nicole has in the background. That one I got for free using my VIP points. I don't think the Hogwarts Icons set that I'm building, that one I got from the hubby for Christmas one year. He got me the Hogwarts train for Christmas last year. He got me the Home Alone set for Christmas last year. He got me Diagon Alley 2 years ago. So that's how I get my big sets. I just ask other people, well, basically the hubby and my dad, hey, here's my list of all these high dollar sets. Boop, boop. And then I do the same thing for Christmas or for my birthday. For my birthday, it's just the hubby and I just go shopping. And then I might get one of something larger or a higher price. Me individually, I probably haven't bought a set more than $250.
Yeah. They get expensive.
And that is like, for me, that's pushing it. I will, however, I will break my own rule. When the Gringotts comes out, that is a day one purchase for me. I am saving all of my VIP points for that sucker. I don't even care what it looks like. I'm getting it. So it better be good.
Expectations are high.
Expectations are extremely high. But yeah, that's like probably I'll do the same thing that I did with the roller coaster set, and I'm just going to redeem as many points as I have by then to get that set for the lowest cost possible. Even though really, I mean, I have paid for it because, I bought all this other Lego. But yeah, everything. Actually, I have bought an expensive set, but it was a gift for the hubby. I bought him the UCS Millennium Falcon.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
The big one.
The big one. Yeah. And I was like, this is your present for our anniversary, for birthday, for Christmas. He still got separate presents for the other stuff, even though I was like, you're not getting anything else because this was so much. But I do plan on, if I can figure out a way to incorporate it into the city somehow, I will. So the plan for my city is this part is going to be Harry Potter. And it'll probably go at some point, the shelves won't be there. And it'll probably go over to about where the middle of my shelves is, will be Harry Potter. And then from here on over will be like normal city. But I might have an area that will be like an island with dinosaurs, because I love Jurassic Park too. So somehow, some way, if I can't get it in the city, it will at least be displayed.
Yeah.
But I will get Rivendell. I just don't know when. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful set. I saw it recently. I went to the Lego store and I saw it displayed, and I'm just like, I'm not a Lord of the Ring fan. In fact, I have fallen asleep to every Lord of the Rings movie. I mean, you give me 15 minutes. Sorry. I'm just putting it out there. It makes perfect. The lighting is perfect for sleeping. So I'm sorry. But it is truly like beautiful. And I just keep thinking everyone has such modern looking modular cities. I'm like, how are they going to incorporate it? So I'm always interested in hearing and seeing how they feature them. Same thing with the A-frame cabin. I'm like, all right, once again, modern city. How are you going to incorporate this? Are you going to build a new mountain? Like, are you going to start building a park? So I just like to hear this,
Yeah. I mean, at some point, if I can work it into this, at some point I plan on actually switching rooms with the hubby, because his room is bigger than this room is. And I plan on moving over there, which would give me more space. And I probably could come up with like a little area to put it in. But I mean, I'm going to get the set either way, whether it goes in the city or if it just ends up being a display. I'm getting it. I just don't know when, but I'm getting it.
Yeah. It's too good to pass on.
It really is. But we have 2 years.
Pretty.
So at
Right.
least 2 years. So there is no rush.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Oh, it's going on my list for this year though, because
Yeah.
I am a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah.
Because I used to, when I lived on my own, if I wanted to get things done like around the house, like cleaning and stuff like that, I would turn on Lord of the Rings and I would have that running in the background while I was doing the cleaning because it helped me focus somehow. Like I don't know why, but like I need things in the background
Mhm.
to focus on doing what I need to do.
I really feel bad for the movies. Tacos falls asleep. You escape into cleaning. Can you imagine how bad a movie must be that you rather get up and clean than sitting down and watching the movie?
It's not bad. I enjoy it, and I have it turned up loud enough that I can hear it from wherever I am, and I can like. This is how bad I used to be able to recite all 3 movies while they were on, and not be in the room to see what was going on the screen.
Wow.
I could recite all 3 movies forwards, backwards. You could say a word and I would be able to recite that movie.
Yeah.
Now I can't.
So it's comforting. It's
comforting.
Yeah.
And like Harry Potter for me is the same way. Like if I want to get something done because I've seen it so many times, it's easy for me to go and focus on something else. Now, if I want to clean but I want to have something on that I've never watched before, no, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch whatever it is I haven't watched before.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't recite. I mean, I could probably recite Harry Potter stuff, but I couldn't recite Lord of the Rings anymore. Not at all. I haven't watched it in a long time.
We could give you, I don't know, a brush or something to clean. Maybe it comes back to you. Like.
Maybe. And oh my God, I forgot his name. Matt wants to know, did hubby build the UCS Falcon or did you have to help him? It is still in the box underneath that desk right there. And it's been there for like 2 weeks or 2 years. Legit. I have backlog that dates back to like when I started.
Yeah.
Like, my backlog is huge. I should do a video on it, but it's also scattered. So I can't really do a video on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
This is why I try not to purchase so much.
I have a shopping issue. I do have a shopping issue.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole FOMO thing and yeah. And I know it and I don't care. I just keep going.
With me, I'm stubborn. So if I have like more than 20 sets, I don't buy anymore. Because to me, I'm just like, my parents grew up working. They never played. So here I am as an adult and I'm playing with Lego because I play with my Lego. I don't just build my Lego. I play with my Lego. And if I have, I could either be building it or just spending my money in a more responsible way. So that's just me. Like I keep thinking everything my parents didn't have. So
yeah,
it's crazy because Lego every month they put out how many sets? They put out 30 sets this past month. 30 sets.
Right.
And like, well, with the recent price increases, I have definitely gotten a lot more responsible about what I'm buying. I couldn't keep up with what I was buying before. And like legit, I should not have been buying everything that I bought before because there were some times where I was like, I don't care. I am going to get this set whether I can afford it or not. I will figure it out later. Like that was my own, like I always will find a way to pay for whatever it is that I need to pay for. And no, I did not do anything illegal. Don't try to go down that route. But I was always like, I did manage to always keep within a range that I could still pay for it. But there were times where it's like, ooh, crap, I shouldn't have done that. Need to figure it out. Need to figure it out fast. Pray to God I can get some overtime from work or something. But now I'm definitely being a lot more responsible about it. Like, you know, everybody probably thought when March 1st, when all the Harry Potter was released, that I was going to buy every single one of them on day one. I did not. I did not buy 3 of the banner sets. And am I proud of myself for that one? Yes, I am.
That's progress.
It is. You have no idea how much progress that is. Now, when it comes to like last year with the last big release that they did for Harry Potter last year, yes, I bought everything except for the drain. I bought the whole entire release all at once, but I also had planned ahead and I knew about how much it was going to be. So as long as I plan ahead, then I'm okay to, like, you know, maybe this month I don't buy anything. And then next month I can buy double because I actually have the money from what I didn't spend last month. Because I actually didn't buy anything from Lego in February, from Lego itself. I did get some, I think I ordered some stuff off of Bricklink, but from Lego itself, I didn't buy any Lego in February. That's why there was no haul videos in February. I didn't buy anything. And I saw no reason to buy anything. I was just like, there wasn't a whole lot. Yeah, there was some stuff from like January that I didn't have, but was like, they'll probably still be around for like the rest of the year, if not into next year, because there were some city sets that I didn't get. So I was like, oh, I can wait on that. I don't need to get it. Which for me to say that, that's like a miracle. I was just like, oh, thank God. I didn't spend any money on Lego this month. And like, yeah, I was like, hey, I can put aside all this money from when we go to London later this year. Which that has been encouraging for me. Like, okay, don't buy anything and you have more money when you go to London so that you can spend it on Harry Potter stuff. Which is completely my plan. I'm safe. So I know I'm not going to get paid for the 2 weeks that I'm gone because I'm an independent contractor. So I don't get paid vacation. So I have to save up for 2 weeks of pay. And then I have to save up money to spend while in London for the things that I'm going to want to buy. And obviously, it's London. And we're going up into Scotland too because my husband's ancestors are from Scotland. And a lot of Harry Potter stuff is in Scotland too. So I'm like, okay, I need to save up money to buy all of this Harry Potter stuff that I know I'm going to want to come home with because it's me.
Right. And it's a lifetime experience. It's not that you can fly over there every other day like, oh, I didn't go to that castle, didn't want to spend these $10 to pay the tour. Just let's fly over again. We can do it again in a week.
Yeah, I don't know when the next time is that I'm going to have a chance to go to London because we're going for our 10th wedding anniversary, even though we're going like towards the end of the month and our wedding anniversary is at the beginning of the month. But yeah, it's I don't know if and when I would ever be able to come back. So it's like, I'm going to be going Harry Potter crazy on the stuff and the like the first thing out of my husband's mouth was, so how many Harry Potter places are we going to? And I was like, if it exists and I can manage to waddle over there, we're going.
One word. All of them. Okay, that's too much.
As many as I can get to.
Right.
That's what we're doing. I was like, we have to do the London Beat studio tour thing. I have to go to the Mina Lima house because that's just really cool. And like, I have to go see all of it. But he knows. He's like, okay, so I need to save a lot of money just for the stuff that we're going to bring back. I was like, yep. He was like, am I going to have to bring like another suitcase just for the souvenir? Yep. Pretty much. So Trevor's videos would like to know, what are you buying day one on April 1st? I don't know yet.
Up.
Oh.
That's all I can think of right now. I can't think of anything else. What else?
Well, there's Indiana Jones sets. There's 3 Indiana Jones sets. I have to see, I'm being careful. I'm being responsible. I would like to buy all 3 because I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. But I think for me, day one, it's torn between the plane chase and the diorama one. I'm torn between the two. I don't think I can get all three. I might be able to get two. I forgot about the Up House. I really want the Up House too. I can't remember what else is being released. I feel like there's something else that I should know about. I can't remember.
There's going to be at least 20 sets.
I know. At least 20 sets.
There's that like celebration train set with like Disney characters.
Oh, right.
Disney train.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that too. And I want the brickheads that are already out. The 100. Yeah, I want those too. But those are already out, so that doesn't count.
There's so much. The Pac-Man. No, Pac-Man is for June, maybe?
Maybe. I think it's, I don't think that one's in April. I think that one's later. I think that one's later in the year. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's going to be one of those things where April 1st, I don't go to the Lego store typically on day one because my store is really small. So by the time, it will be a Saturday this year, but I have a hair appointment that day. So I'm not going to try to like drive over to that side of town and then drive back in time for my hair appointment. That's not going to happen. I also don't like lines and I don't like crowds. So I tend to order all of my stuff online for the most part. And so,
So you have one of those stores that people line up for? I feel like my store is not like that. I feel like it's like low key.
My store is very small compared to other stores. And my store needs a bigger location because on the weekends, there's typically a line to get into the store. And sometimes it's a short line where you might be like the second person in because they only allow so many people in the store now. And like they actually have it roped off. And one of the employees, it's always the same guy too. I swear, like that's his job is to stand there and monitor how many people are going in and out. And he's got a little clicker thing. And I want to say probably the last few times that every time I've gone this year, there's been a line to get into the store.
Wow.
Sometimes you're like you might be the first person in line. Sometimes you're like, one time I think I was by myself. I think I was like the 20th person in line.
Wow.
I think that
was on a Saturday. This is also on a Saturday. I tend to only go on a weekend because it's just too much for me to try to go over there on a weekday after work and stuff. So it tends to get it's that mall. The mall that's in is like the mall in my city. Like the mall. So everybody goes there on the weekend.
I'm trying to think of when the last time we had like a line. The last time we had a line was not even for my meet and greet. It was Mother's Day weekend when they had like the flowers and release and stuff like that. For that, everyone had to have flowers. So I was in line for flowers. I didn't want to get it online. I wanted to get them in person because I wanted to build them right away.
Right.
Yeah, I've never gotten the set in store on day one. But I also I started right before COVID. So for me, I've always been ordering it because you couldn't even go to the store for the longest time. So I'm just so used to ordering it that even going to the store, by the time I go to the store, I'm pretty much only there to see what the pad wall has and see what the BAM has.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Because I've already got all the Harry Potter sets that they have.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to buy any of the expensive stuff because I give that to the hubby and my dad to buy. And what else is left? Well, I mean, yeah, there's other stuff left, but I typically just pick a brick or minifigs when I go in there, and that's it. Yeah. Is there anything that's day one for you on April 1st, Nicole?
Probably not. I have to confess that most recently I wait for Amazon because I have all the Harry Potter banners, but I bought them for 27% discount, and it's not that long that it was released, so I'd rather wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like getting the points so I can put it towards, green dots in the future.
Yeah.
Because I
Right.
need to have that.
And there's Ninjago markets coming, and so many big sets.
See,
So
I'm
that's
to Ninjago, so that's not a big deal for me.
that's a big point that you bring. Is like, well, you get a discount somewhere else, and does that actually outweigh the VIP points? But if you could get other people to make purchases and use your VIP points, your
Yeah.
VIP numbers, then that is actually nice. Then you can
Right.
get both best of both worlds kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And sometimes I'm really, really torn when it comes to gift with purchases.
Yeah.
On the one hand, it really nudges me to buy a set first day if it is really a cool gift with purchase that you only can get with a set. And I want the set anyway, so why not buy it at that time with that gift with purchase? Now with Rivendell, I'm really torn because on
you
the
could
one
just
hand,
buy it.
right, and on the other hand, I kind of like that Lego did it because that's what I want Lego to do.
Yeah.
Give me a gift with purchase that I theoretically could buy if I do not want the set in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm torn. On the one hand, I think I have to admit that I think to myself, I'm spending 500 euros and you give me the brickheads, which I can just take off the shelves for 15 euros.
Yeah.
Sounds strange. And on the other hand, I think to myself, hey, that's what I want. If I don't want Rivendell, I could just pick it off the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, like, I try to save making big purchases until they have the double VIP, so that way I get more points.
Yeah.
To go towards getting a large set for free.
Yeah.
Because to me, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
To do that.
Right.
See, I'm a polybag expletive.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for those freaking polybags. I'm a little upset that they didn't offer a new Lord of the Rings polybag.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a big purchase. $500 is a big purchase.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they should have added a little extra. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was very disappointed with the gift with purchase being, you could just walk over and buy it yourself for like $15 or $10 or whatever it is. And I was just like, but I can just buy that. Why don't you give me something that's a little more exclusive? Because this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of money.
I think they're rethinking it. Well, not rethinking, but I think it was a tester for the next Lord of the Rings build.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what they're just seeing whether people are going to actually complain, and just buy the brickheads, versus actually making the big purchase.
Right.
Well, and see, I bought all 3 of the brickheads when they came out. So for me, why am I going to buy Rivendell and then get another one of the brickheads that I already have? Yes, I could keep it as an investment piece, but at the same time, it's also still on your shelf, so it's one of the ones that isn't selling well. So not much of an investment piece either.
But last year and this year again, we had the situation with the jazz club, and last year with the boutique hotel with the taxi. People were upset. They bought the boutique hotel first day, and then 4 weeks later, the taxi was a gift with purchase, and everyone thought that would have been the perfect gift with purchase with the boutique hotel. I already bought it. Darn. And now this year it was with the moving truck. Be less upset if they could have bought the boutique hotel 4 weeks later, the taxi, and they just could have picked it off the shelf and have paid 15 euros for the taxi or the moving truck.
Yeah, they should have known from last year that you need to have the moving truck be your gift with purchase with the jazz club.
Yeah.
Not the next year, or not the next year, not the next month, where anybody and everybody can get it because it's a lower threshold. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. More people would get it because it's a lower threshold to get it. Whereas if you get the jazz club, that's $230 here, I think. I don't know
Yeah.
how much it is now. But yeah, like you think they would have learned their lesson, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And
From
we
a
are-
marketing point of view, it's brilliant because you spend twice the money. Once on the big purchase, and then you want the gift with purchase and buy something else again.
They know we're going to go out there and buy it. They know.
Right.
They know. We can complain as much as we want, but the FOMO is real.
Oh yeah.
Right.
People want it. We, unfortunately, I'm going to say it again. I've said this 40,000 times. We are a community of hoarders.
Right.
Why? We don't know. But, so-and-so has it. It looks beautiful. I got it. I need it. I need it now. So,
Mhm.
and we all fall to it. So,
Yeah. Right.
Yes, we do. And I just realized that we are over our 2 hours, and I never turned my music on. Are you kidding me?
I just thought you now tell me I never turned the camera the live on. Like we talk about but we have chat. So someone is watching us like there was something. We wanted to go live. That was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I forgot to turn my music on. Oh well, it's okay. So, Tacos, do you have anything coming up that you want to promote, or do you want to is there anything that you want to promote?
I have no idea. I'm going to Chicago, Brick World.
That's exciting.
I'm doing
Okay, now
Chicago.
I might need to figure out how I'm going to get to Chicago Brick World because
I'm doing Brick Convention here in New England. I'm trying to think of what else. I think I may do Brick Fair, Virginia. I may do Brick Slopes in Utah. I'm saying maybe. I have them all in my calendar, but I have to literally look at my schedule.
yes.
As my schedule is a little chaotic. I'm going to be teaching Lego STEM classes at my local zoo, Roger Williams. And there you'll see a build that is inspired by the last episode that I was featured on with Michelle. And I'm going to be doing other mocks. I'm going to be I'm like the artist of the month there. So it'd be cool, in case people are in New England, check out, Roger Williams Zoo Botanical Center. You'll see some of my stuff there. So yeah, you can meet and greet me there. And that's basically it. If you need someone to do a party for you, I do parties. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know you did parties too.
Yep, I do birthday parties, STEM parties. I do lots of workshops everywhere. So I bring my kit with me. So basically how it is.
Fun.
Yeah.
It just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's like the fastest time ever. It's like, what? Because I always play music, like you, I play music in the background. So, the time just flies.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And Nicole, do you have anything coming up?
After the jazz club, I'm going to start the build of the stud gate, and I'm going to incorporate it on the layout. That's layout. The now empty table, and there will be stud gate implemented, and hopefully it will work out.
I kind of wish I would have gotten Studgate now, but I did not. I think it was gone by the time I could have gotten it anyway. But, oh well, I guess I'll just kick myself in the butt about that one. Wait for it to come up in one of my reseller stores and then pay like way too much for it. Yep. See? FOMO.
Yeah, the FOMO is real. It gets to us.
Real. It is real.
If you ever struggle with FOMO, there's this person on Instagram. They go by Minimal Bricks. They bring up a lot of cool topics as to trying to get rid of the FOMO. Once again, I love Lego. It has me where I am today. And I appreciate everything it does for us psychologically, as a community, as a person. But it can be stifling with how it can affect us. You know what I mean? The concept of having to need the desire to want that release of that that serotonin, that, you know what I mean? Like constantly getting that adrenaline. And I'm a huge advocate for using what you have already and appreciating.
Right.
Remember
Yeah.
that if
Yeah.
it does not bring you joy, take it apart, rebuild,
Right.
Yes.
mock, learn how to
Yeah.
mock. I really
Right.
encourage people, you know, especially those that, I can't afford this set, I can't afford that set. Just build with what you have, and you don't have to have the need. You won't be driving off that thrill that you seek all the time. You won't need that thrill. You know what I
Right.
mean? You can get another thrill by learning new techniques. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's
Definitely.
it.
Right.
That's my only plug.
Right.
Not much.
Yeah, definitely like learning how to mock and using what you have and getting
Yeah.
like those classic sets that have
Mhm.
lots of different pieces in them, even though there are lots of different colors. Like buying one or two of those and making stuff out of that. Because
Yeah.
a lot of these pieces came from
Yeah.
those classic sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
Right.
just wait till they go on a really good discount at Walmart, which Walmart supposedly has one on a really good discount right now. So
Right.
go your local Walmarts. I think it's like $60 for 1,800 pieces, whichever set that one is. I don't know which one it is. So check your local Walmarts if you just want to buy some pieces. Go Walmart.
Yeah. Go to the discount clearance aisles. You never know what you might find.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I have found current sets at my Walmart. Like they've only been out for like a couple of months,
Yeah.
and I've gotten them for like I think I got one for like 80% off.
Yeah.
And I was just like, mine?
Right.
Mine?
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it wasn't selling. It was selling. It was just Walmart was being stupid and they were selling it for super cheap.
Yeah.
Your mistake.
Yeah.
I think they actually did put the thing on the wrong set. I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did, but I wasn't going to tell them.
Mhm.
So next week, I need to double check. Oh no, next week is April 2nd, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
next week, I don't need to double check. Next week on the live stream, we have Taz coming on for a little bit, and we also have Sai. So make sure that you check in and check out the live stream next week. Very excited to have Taz, see how he's doing. And, it's always fun when Sai's around because he's just a funny guy. So I guess we can just go ahead and end the stream now. I can't think of anything else. Anybody think of anything else?
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And